Well, good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch. Today, I'm going to make something different, something I haven't had in a long time. Talked about it on my live stream, and it just got me thinking I got to have this thing. And what I'm talking about is I'm going to make myself a seafood omelet with shrimp and crab meat. So the first thing I need to do is steam some shrimp, and I got these beautiful I think they're called black tiger shrimp. They look great. So we're going to steam that whole batch because once they're cooked, I can keep them in the fridge for a while. And I dug out my old steamer, which I really haven't used for years because the only thing I ever steamed occasionally was maybe some vegetables. But why not? So let's get a little water in this thing. Get it on here and get the steam going. Turn this on. That'll take a few minutes, and in the meantime, we'll get the shrimp ready to steam. And these things are already peeled and deveined, so that's gorgeous. And they smell very fresh, but I'm going to rinse them anyway. So let's put them in the steamer basket here. There's about 1.75 pounds of these shrimp here, and of course, I'm not going to be using this many of these shrimp for one omelet. But what I will do is, after they're steamed, I will cut them up into smaller pieces and mix them with the crab meat. Put them in the omelet after the egg is cooked. And it ought to be interesting. So this is really a simple way to cook shrimp. The only key is don't overcook them. They say, and I haven't had a lot of experience steaming shrimp, but I'm adventurous. Why not? So we're going to wait for the water to boil, and I'll be back with you when that happens. Okay, the water's boiling, and we're going to take our shrimp. I'm going to set a timer here on my watch. Set timer for 4 minutes. And we're going to put the shrimp in the steamer, and we're going to let it steam for 4 minutes. And we'll check to see if it's done after that. You'll pardon the noise of the exhaust fan, but I don't want to steam up the whole house. And we'll come back after they're steamed. Well, the 4 minutes wasn't quite enough, and all the advice says to steam shrimp for 4 to 6 minutes. So I added another 2 minutes, and it looks like they're coming on it. You want the shrimps to curl. You want them to be just the other side of translucent, start to solidify, but you don't want them to get like solid white. And this is looking pretty good. We've got 20 seconds till 6 minutes, and I think that they're done. Don't want to overcook them. You can always heat them up a little bit afterwards. So I think 8, 7, that's great. We're up on 6 minutes. Remove them from the heat here. Take the lid off. Oh yeah, they look perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, they look terrific. And I want to stop them from cooking. So I'm going to run them under some cold water here. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Look at that. Boy, these are gorgeous. 6 minutes. 6 minutes on the money. Cool them down real quick. And little Tupperware, and we'll throw them in the refrigerator, and I can be eating on these for the next couple days. Dip them in some drawn butter. What a treat. They're beautiful shrimp. Beautiful shrimp. Perfect. So we're going to put them away in the refrigerator, and I will get them back out again as soon as I start cooking my eggs. All right, shrimp's done. Let's cook some eggs. And we'll get our eggs out. I use these what they call pasture-raised eggs from Sam's, and they're pretty good. I like them. And we're just going to make a plain omelet. I'm going to cook it in butter, and there's no butter in there, so we will have to get out one of these curry gold things. I like this butter. And the way they package it is 2 quarter-pound sticks. And I was going to have to get this out sooner or later anyway. I go through maybe one of these a week. I don't use a ridiculous amount of butter, but I do cook things in butter. So let's fire up the stove. Put some butter in the pan. Now it's a non-stick pan, but you need the butter for flavor and to add some, a little more fat to the meal. There's not a lot of fat in the. In fact, there's no fat in the seafood, in the crab or the shrimp. So you're going to get the fat in this meal from the eggs themselves, which have a lot of fat, and from the butter. I'm going to make 5 eggs today. These are medium size, medium to large, I would say. And if they're huge eggs, I'll eat 4. If they're little on the smaller side, I'll eat 6 generally every day. About 6 days a week I have eggs. I usually reserve 1 day. No particular set schedule, but I reserve 1 day to just have a little variety and eat something a little different. And I'll have something different in my both meals. I might have some ribs, for example, some baby back ribs on one meal, and maybe eat some fish in the other meal, just to have a non-egg, non-beef day for no particular reason, no health reason, no logical reason. Basically just want something a little different. Don't normally need too much variety on doing carnivore, but sometimes it's nice. All right. So we're waiting for the pan to heat up here. This is a beautiful 1.5 or more thick ribeye that is going to be my dinner. And this weighs 20 ounces. So it's 1 pound, 4 ounces. And it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I'm looking forward to this for later. So this is going to be a very luxurious and gourmet feasting day of a shrimp and crab meat omelet for my first meal and a gorgeous big ribeye for my second. Because if you can't treat yourself well, why even bother? Know what I mean? Okay, we want to get that heated up, and a little salt, excuse me while I beat my eggs. Thank you. Okay, this is starting to bubble a little bit. Sure, even though it's non-stick, let's just get the butter all around. And this is going to be quick. This is, other than 6 minutes to steam the shrimp, this is a pretty quick meal. And even though the ingredients that I'm using may seem expensive, the cost of these eggs, 5 of them, it's less than $2. I might use 3 or 4 shrimp out of that big batch that I made. So the cost of the shrimp would probably be tops $2 or $3, and I might use $2 worth of crab meat. So the total cost for this seemingly very expensive and luxurious, I'll call it breakfast, it's probably $6 to $7 max. And that's cheap. That's a Big Mac, I think. I don't know how much they cost these days. I haven't had a Big Mac in years. But in case you haven't noticed, I'm one of these clean it up as you go guys. I'm always wiping. I owned a restaurant for a while, and I think I got in the habit, because I like to play in the kitchen, of always having the rags in my hand and always wiping something whenever I saw it. Saved a lot of work and time in the cleanup. Anyway, I guess I'm just a frustrated cook after all. I do enjoy making these food videos. So we'll let the egg cook and come back when we're ready to flip it. While the egg's cooking, I got the, it's called wild caught lump crab meat. And give you a look at this. Never bought this stuff from Sam's. It's pretty hefty. It's a good size. So this looks pretty good. This crab meat. I'm glad to see it's got it's got a metal pull tab on it as well. So open this up. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. And while we're waiting for the omelet to cook, we'll take some of our shrimp. Time to flip the omelet. Perfect. Turn the heat off. Let it finish cooking a little bit. We will take these gorgeous shrimp. Wow, look at these things. These things are beautiful. And we want to kind of cut these things up. So let's see if we can pull the tails off of them without that didn't work. Slice them up a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to get us another plate. We're going to take our omelet, put it on the plate. shrimp. Put it down here. We're going to take some crab meat. Put it in with the shrimp. Whoa, God, this looks good. Look at that. Wow. And just a little dusting of salt. That's Redmond's real salt. Let's put this back in the fridge. Fold this puppy over. And voila. Voila, look at that. Look at that. Gorgeous. Anyway, I'm going to really enjoy this. This is a feast, and it's got some weight to it too. If you really want to treat yourself, make one of these. You'll love it. You'll love it. And with that, before this gets cold, I'm going to take the rest of the day off, and I'm going to eat my breakfast. And later I'll eat meat.